He might be 41 years old and entering what he believes is his final NFL season, but new Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers aims to play at a high level in 2025 and lead the Steelers back into contention. Veteran safety Juan Thornhill, who also signed this offseason with the Steelers, believes Rodgers is still right there in the conversation with the likes of Buffalo's Josh Allen and Kansas City's Patrick Mahomes when it comes to the best quarterbacks in the league. Speaking with reporters Wednesday during report day at St. Vincent College in Latrobe, Thornhill heaped praise on his new quarterback, all while downplaying his age. Age is just a number, if I'm being honest with you. I know sometimes they say, oh, this guy's 30, he's 31. It doesn't matter if you're still playing. Like, if you look at A-Rod, his numbers were still up there, Thornhill said of Rodgers, according to video via WT. They talk about how he's not a great quarterback, but if you really compare him to some of these guys like Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, he should be in that conversation. He made a lot of plays. Age is just a number in general, but in the game of football it matters a great deal. Rodgers is aiming to do something only 3 quarterbacks aged 40 and older have done: start a playoff game and win in the postseason. That would be Tom Brady, Brett Favre, and Drew Brees. History is against Rodgers, but quarterbacks in today's NFL continue to be able to play late into their careers and still be productive. Not everyone can be Brady, but Rodgers is aiming to prove that the last 2 years in New York were largely a mirage. Late last season, after being further removed from the torn Achilles suffered in 2023, Rodgers started to play some good football and closed the season strong. The Steelers saw enough to convince themselves he could be the answer for 2025. He still throws the ball with great touch and velocity, and his release remains lightning quick. Rodgers can still read the field very well pre- and post-snap, too, and his mind remains sharp. The only real questions with Rodgers are his mobility and his body holding up. But there's no questioning the arm. That's still there and still looks very good. He's not in the Allen or Mahomes discussion, which is fine. But he's going to play better than many believe he can at this point. He's a good fit with the personnel and wants to finish his career the right way. In 2024, the Pittsburgh Steelers had 2 prominent new players in their linebacker room in Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson. Now, with Landon Roberts leaving in free agency, Wilson's in line for a starting role. Heading into each of their second season with the Steelers, Queen has high hopes for himself and Wilson. I texted him maybe like 4 days ago. I was like, you ready? Let's do it. So, sky's the limit for us, Queen said Wednesday after he reported to training camp via Post-Gazette Sports. We just gotta come over here, put our head down, go to work, every single day try to get 1% better. I think that's the biggest thing. We both stay locked in and push each other every single day. We'll be fine. Peyton Wilson especially has generated a lot of excitement going into the 2025 season. With Landon Roberts in front of him last year, he did get some playing time but nowhere near starting-level snaps. Despite that, he had some great moments. Wilson was a sure tackler and came up with some huge, clutch takeaways, a staple of the Steelers' defensive culture. Now, he gets a chance to start, and he's already being touted as a potential breakout candidate. As for Queen, he's in a bit of a different spot. Coming over on a large contract last offseason, the ex-Raven didn't really live up to expectations. Of course, the problems the defense encountered throughout last season weren't all his fault. However, he spoke a few times about the lapses in communication during their season-ending 5-game losing streak. One beat writer even suggested those issues may have started with him. Regardless, he and the rest of the defense have to be better. Queen is coming into camp with a lot of motivation, though. Really, the entire defense has to. It's the highest-paid defense in the league, and with the way the roster is built, it has to perform like it for the Steelers to have any chance of snapping their 6-game playoffs losing streak. That said, the sky really might be the limit for Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson. We've seen Queen play at a high level before. He put together one of the best seasons of his career with the Ravens in 2023, just before coming to Pittsburgh. Now in his second year in the system, he knows he's got to be better, and he absolutely can be. And for Wilson, it's hard not to be excited. He had a solid rookie year, one that's starting to make him feel like a steal of a third-round selection. He has every chance to take the starting role by the horns this season and really take off. With a veteran who's played like the best in the league before and a sophomore coming off an impressive rookie season, expectations should be high for these two. They brought me in to take away the deep ball. Steelers safety Juan Thornhill didn't forget to pack his confidence and swagger to St. Vincent College in Latrobe for training camp. Meeting with the media as the Steelers reported to camp, Thornhill spoke out on why the Steelers brought him to Pittsburgh. Specifically, he noted his ability to take away the big plays downfield and how offenses have chosen to stay away from him rather than attack. If you watch my history, a lot of teams don't really throw the deep ball if I'm being honest, once I'm a part of that defense, Thornhill said. That's why I think my production has been down. The Steelers signed Thornhill in mid-March to a one-year, $3 million deal. At the time, the deal seemed like a move to add depth by acquiring a player capable of backing up Minkah Fitzpatrick at free safety. After the Steelers shockingly traded Fitzpatrick back to the Miami Dolphins for cornerback Jalen Ramsey and tight end Jonnu Smith, it looks like a more calculated move by the Steelers. Thornhill, 29, won 2 Super Bowls with the Kansas City Chiefs before spending the last 2 seasons in Cleveland. He didn't record an interception in 22 games, similar to Fitzpatrick's run of 26 games without a pick before snapping the streak on December 21st in Baltimore. Same with Minkah Fitzpatrick as well. Minkah is a great player. If you have a great guy back there that can make a lot of plays on the ball in the deep third, teams aren't really going to try you back there, Thornhill said. That's why a guy like Minkah, they said he struggled a little bit. He didn't struggle. You just can't get interceptions if the ball isn't coming your way. Questions remain on the depth at safety behind Thornhill and a position GM Omar Khan may look to add to after subtracting a 3-time All-Pro. Thornhill said he's excited to pair with Deshaun Elliott, who joined the Steelers from Baltimore last season and played well in the box and moving around the defense as a versatile chess piece for Mike Tomlin and a consistent tackler. Bring it. I've been around him a lot talking to him, Thornhill said, excited to take the field with Elliott, who received a 3-year extension over the offseason. He's a physical guy. I feel like I'm a physical guy. We both can cover well, so I think we'll do well together. Pro Football Focus ranked Thornhill as the 71st ranked safety overall last season, earning a 65.5 grade on defense. He graded below average as a run defender, 61.7, but 54th in coverage grade, 64.5, and 30th in pass rush, 66.9. Thornhill combined for 103 tackles and 4 passes defended, but only 1 tackle for loss and no forced fumbles. Thornhill believes he's played better than the numbers have indicated, and the tape backs it up. Thornhill criticized Cleveland staff and the media for painting what he believes was an inaccurate picture of him that he didn't appreciate. You can't really read into what the media is saying about me, Thornhill said. If you sit back and watch the film of what I did in Cleveland, I had a lot of good plays. Some of the Cleveland people were trying to bash my name a little bit. If you sit there and watch the film, I made a lot of plays. I was very productive in the defense. Thornhill started 52 of the 65 games he played in 4 seasons with the Chiefs and grabbed 8 interceptions. The Steelers acquired Jalen Ramsey and Darius Slay to improve the secondary with Joey Porter Jr. Dante Jackson left the team in free agency, while slot corner Beanie Bishop, WVU, is entering his 2nd season in the NFL. The Steelers take the field for their first training camp practice at St. Vincent on Thursday at 1:55 p.m. The Pittsburgh Steelers had one of the busiest offseasons in the NFL. One of Pittsburgh's moves included trading star wide receiver George Pickens to the Dallas Cowboys in return for draft capital. It was a shocking move, as Pickens was arguably the Steelers' best player on the offensive side of the ball throughout his tenure in the Steel City. Now, the new Cowboys wideout is speaking out about how happy he is to be in Dallas, and is making sure to take a dig at the Steelers' coaching staff in the process. I'm definitely excited to run better plays with Cowboys, Pickens said, according to Pro Football Talk, referencing the conversation approach Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin has taken on offense since the retirement of franchise quarterback Ben Roethlisberger. I give him till week 4, then he's going to be trouble for the Cowgirls, and I will love it. Along with Marble-Mouth Parsons and Dak, what a train wreck, one fan wrote on Twitter. The question is, will he actually run the plays or will he run them and complain about them? Someone else wanted to know.